Welcome to RON, or Remote Online Notarization Training, presented by Pavaso. For an overview of the RON product, please visit www.pavaso.com/RON. This training is intended for mobile e-notaries who are currently Pavaso certified. If you are not yet Pavaso certified, please visit www.pavaso.com/notaries to complete your registration and certification. With any questions regarding your eligibility or status with Pavaso, please contact support@pavaso.com. To perform a RON closing, you must meet the following system requirements: an operating system of Microsoft 8.1 or higher, or Mac OS 10.11 or higher. Compatible browsers for RON include the latest versions of Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer. Browsers that are not listed here, such as Safari and Edge, are not compatible. For an optimal experience using RON, we require a strong, reliable, uninterrupted internet speed of 15 megabits per second, both upload and download speed. Additionally, for an optimal RON experience, you must have a desktop, laptop, or Microsoft Surface Pro tablet. Please do note, if you are using a Surface Pro, Chrome is the required browser. We also recommend a touchscreen if using a desktop or laptop. Keyboard and mouse functionality are also required, and a stylus is recommended for those using touchscreens. Please note that a Surface Pro is currently the only tablet supported for RON closings. It is also a requirement to have a camera, microphone, and speaker access to complete the audio and visual components of a RON closing. Additionally, signers will be required to have a smartphone that is able to take a picture, as well as send and receive text messages from a United States phone number. Those who do not meet these requirements will be unable to participate in a RON closing. Using your existing Pavaso login, you will access Pavaso the same way you do today to conduct a RON closing. Sign in to Pavaso using your username, password, and PIN, and select Digital Close Enterprise. And search to find your order within the order lobby. Make sure your order is in Pending Closing. If your order is not in pending closing, contact the title company you are working with right away. Remember that you should check the status of your order before your scheduled signing time. Once inside the order on Pavaso, select Remote Online Closing. A disclaimer will appear. It's important that you've met all requirements regarding remote online notarization for your area. Select Buyer Remote. Choose Continue. From here, you will perform a system test. You will be prompted to install a plugin for your browser. You will then be prompted with questions on the right-hand side of the screen regarding your audio experience. You will need to answer the questions regarding your video, microphone, and speakers. Choose Next. You must be a registered Pavaso e-notary to proceed with RON. The system may ask you for your credentials. These are the same credentials you use to log into Pavaso. Once complete, choose Continue. Here you will set up your signature. Click Edit and sign exactly as shown for your signature and initials. Choose Adopt. After selecting Continue, you will be brought to a screen that informs you of the status of the borrower answering security questions. Orange will tell you they are currently answering, and green will tell you that they have completed the security questions. They must answer 4 out of 5 questions correctly and have 2 minutes to answer the questions. The security questions being answered are based on the borrower's personal information. They are presented with 5 questions and must answer 4 out of 5 correctly to proceed. They are given 2 minutes for each attempt to answer the questions correctly and receive 2 attempts. If they do not pass the security questions, they will have to wait 24 hours before they can attempt again. Once you see the green completed security questions, choose Proceed. You will be shown a pop-up that asks for permission to share your camera. This is required in order to proceed with the RON session. From here, select the screen of the monitor that has your camera. It's important that you select the correct monitor at this step. Here we will see the borrowers. If the borrowers are in the same location, they will show twice as shown here. If they are in separate locations, you'll see borrower 1 on one screen and borrower 2 on the second. Borrowers will be asked to enter their cell phone number, in which they will be texted a link to verify their ID. It's also important that you are visually verifying the identification for each borrower. If for whatever reason an ID cannot be validated, you can select Manual Validation. This will allow you to view the ID that was submitted via the borrower's cell phone. The ID validation tool is here to prove that an ID is valid. It is still your responsibility to confirm the identity of the individual and that it matches the information presented on the ID. You will see the Waiting for ID Validation message as the borrowers are completing the validation step. Once the IDs are validated, you will see the valid green check mark underneath the individual. If manual validation is required, you will need to click on the Valid button. Now we will begin the signing using RON. You will see yourself and the borrowers in the panel on the right-hand side, including a chat box. You can minimize this panel by clicking on the speech bubbles. Filter to just the incomplete documents. You will see that some documents already contain signatures due to the borrower's advanced review and confirmation process. Select the first document on the list to the left. Documents with orange headers indicate there are actions required. Select Send Document to Remote Signer and then choose the appropriate borrower. They will then be prompted to share their screen so that you can see the actions they take as well. It is important to remember it is still your responsibility to ensure the correct party is signing at the correct time. If at any time you need to take the document back from the borrower, choose Reclaim Document Control. Once the borrowers finish signing, the document will be sent back to you. In this example, this is an e-notary document, so as a registered e-notary, you would fill out the fields required and apply your e-notary stamp. Once complete, choose Save. You'll be prompted to go to the next document. Again, choose Send Document to Remote Signer. You will send the document individually to each signer. Here we have our first borrower signing. They will click inside the tag and then choose Done to send the document back to you. You can see the signatures present here. We will choose Send Document to Remote Signer again, and then the second borrower will sign. Now you have a completed document, and you can choose Save. The system will again prompt you to move to the next document that has remaining tasks. We will again send the document to the remote signers. You will continue this process until you have completed all documents required in the incomplete list. Remember that documents requiring action have orange headers. You may also see documents such as the note in our example with a blue header with an orange triangle in the bottom right-hand corner. This indicates a wet signed document that has not yet been printed. Generally, with a RON closing, the wet signed documents will be sent to the borrowers separately or completed by a separate notary in person. Once all incomplete documents are finished, the Video Notary Buyer Complete button will illuminate. This is the green button in the top left corner. You'll be shown that you can continue or stay here. You can choose Continue or choose that Video Notary Buyer Complete button. Shown here is an example of the eNotary journal entry. You will need to fill this out in order to proceed. You can extract a copy of your eNotary journal entry once the order has closed on Pavaso. Once directed back to this screen, the session will end and you will show that buyer tasks are completed. That's it. You've finished your first RON closing using Pavaso. With any questions, please contact us at support@pavaso.com.